All right, this is my walkthrough video of my Sinatra web application project, which I did for FlatIron Software Engineering Bootcamp. Basically, this is a simple web application that I built using Sinatra and Ruby. And the sort of the topic of the application is it's a job posting board, similar to the idea of like Indeed or any of the other job web apps out there, although quite a bit simpler than some of the commercial ones. But the idea here is to give a website application where the users can create jobs and apply to jobs, and just kind of utilizing the Sinatra and Ruby skills that we've learned up until this point. So I'll go ahead and give a walkthrough of the application and then briefly show kind of the outline of the code without going into too much detail. But I'll go ahead and share my screen here and get started. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go to my terminal. And this is the directory where my project exists. You can see the files there. And I'm going to start a web server using the shotgun gem. So I'll go ahead and fire that up, get the web server running. And this is the address I need to browse to. So I will paste that into my browser here. And it should take me to the web application. All right, let me log out real quick. I was in another account there, so this let's go ahead and refresh it. All right, so this is the home page, or more specifically the index page, and this is what the user will be presented with when they essentially first sign on to the web app. And the user is presented with basically two different options here: an option to log into an account or to sign up for an account, and they can do that using these buttons here. And there's two types of accounts. There's an applicant account, which would be essentially a job seeker, somebody looking to apply to jobs, and then a company, which would be a user who's looking to post jobs. And to start off with, we'll go ahead and sign up as a company. So we're signing up as a new company with a new company account, and we're presented with this page, which is our sign up form. So we'll go ahead and just sign up for a new account. Let's say it's Pandora. Let's say CEO@pandora.com. And for password, we're just going to use password, although this application uses secure passwords, so all passwords are stored and secured in the database and encrypted. But we'll keep it simple for demo purposes and just say sign up. And so this should create a new account, new company account specifically, and once we sign up, it redirects us to what I call the show page, which is essentially our company account. It gives some information about the account, and then here it would list any posted jobs that we had created, although there are none yet, and so that's why this is blank. But we're presented with some different options here to create a new job, view all posted jobs, and log out of the account. Now, view all posted jobs will allow the user to view any and all jobs that are currently in the database. These are not specifically for this company account. These are just essentially all the jobs that are there. And so if we click on that, we can see that there are already some jobs posted, and the company user has the permission to view jobs, so we can click on view job, and we'll see details about the job. You can see them here. Now, the apply button is there, but it does not work for company accounts. And if a user was signed in under a company account and clicked on apply, what it will do is it will just redirect them to their account page. And you can see here, this is the page we were on previously. So that feature doesn't work for company accounts. But we can create a new job. So we can click on create a new job. And we can say, just call this applications developer, and we'll make it a full-time role. Applications developer for Pandora, and with 150,000 salary. So we've got everything there that we need for our job. And once we're ready to save it, we click on submit. And that will create our job. And so now we're redirects us back to our show page. You can see here we have one job listed. Okay, so each and every job we create will be listed here. Let's say we want to create a new job, second job for this company. And let's say we're looking for VP of Engineering. That would be a full-time role. VP of Engineering Department. And since this is a VP, they're going to be making some pretty money, so we'll say 250,000. All right, and we'll click submit to save that job as well. All right, so now we've got two jobs here. Now we can edit these jobs individually. We can also delete jobs. So if you want to edit a job, click on edit, and let's say we want to edit something. Now, the way this is designed is that all these fields must be filled out in order to save the job. So we have to still go through and save every field, or fill out every field. And let's say we want to make this a part-time role instead of a full-time role. We'll keep the same description. This is a part-time role. We're going to drop the salary down to 80,000. All right, so we made our changes. We click save. All right, now we see our new the new data there for that job. Okay, so that's essentially how this works into the company account. Now the company does have the ability to delete jobs and edit jobs. So let's say we finished interviewing for this job and we found a candidate, so we're ready to delete it. Come here and say delete job. All right, now that removes the job from the database, it also removes it from our show page, so we'll only see the jobs that are currently posted, essentially that are open for applicants. All right, so that's kind of the idea of the company account. Now we'll go ahead and see what the user account looks like. Click on log out here to log out of our account, and it redirects us back to the home page or index page. And so we'll go and sign up as a new user or applicant. And for a user, we'll say, let's just say Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs at apple.com. I'll say gmail.com. We'll say password again. Sign up. Okay. So there we go. We've got Steve Jobs, and we've got our company, our user account there. Now, the way this show page is designed is that if any and all jobs we've applied to will be listed here. Since this is a new account, we haven't applied to any. So naturally, we would want to see what jobs are available to apply to, so we click on View All Posted Jobs. And here we go. Here's all the jobs that have been posted. Now, there are jobs existing here that we haven't created yet, and that's because these are jobs that were saved to the database when I was building the app. So you see those jobs there. But in any case, let's say we wanted to apply to the applications developer job that we just created with Pandora. We click on View Job, and we can see all the details of the job there. And if we wanted to apply, since we are a user account, we can click on Apply. All right. And now we have essentially applied to the job, and it's listed in our page here. If we wanted to apply to more jobs, because we don't think one's enough, we can click on View Jobs again. And let's say we wanted to do this Ruby developer job with Apple. We can apply that one as well. And now we've got 2 jobs listed here that we've applied to. So our option, since we are users, we cannot delete jobs and we cannot edit jobs, but we can unapply to jobs. So if we were, in our job search and decided that we were no longer interested in this Ruby developer job, we can click unapply. And that essentially removes it from our page. We're no longer an applicant for that job, and we've only got this one job listed here. And so that's basically the idea, is the user can view jobs and apply to jobs and unapply to jobs that they've applied for, but they cannot delete or create jobs. So since we've applied to a job, let's go ahead and log out here. And let's log in under an existing applicant job. I think I created a user account for myself, so let's see if this works. I'll go ahead and sign into my user account that I've already created. Okay, and here, as you can see, I've already applied to a couple jobs previously, so they're listed here. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to apply to this Pandora job that we created. So click on apply. Okay, so now I've applied to the Pandora job. So essentially there's 2 users that have applied to the same job. So I'm going to log out of that account, and I'm going to go ahead and log in into my company account. So we're going to go back to the Pandora account. All right, so Pandora's logging into their company account. All right, and now we've got that one job that's posted, and we can see which users have applied to jobs. In this case, Steve Jobs and myself have applied to it. And that's essentially the workflow of the app. Is company accounts can view, add, or view, create, edit, delete jobs, and see which users have applied, and users can apply and unapply to jobs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and show you kind of the little bit of the code that I used to create this app. I did use Sublime Text as my IDE. And so here's the kind of the framework of the application. I've got, this was essentially used, the structure was created using an app called Cornel, which essentially creates all the file structure here. And in my gem file, I've got the list of all the gems that I'm using, which are loaded when you do bundle install. And then here are my controllers. I've got essentially 4 controllers. An application controller, which just handles essentially the index, the home page, and then logging out of accounts. And it sets my views for the app views and everything like that. So the jobs controller, this is handling a lot more routes specifically for creating jobs, editing jobs, and deleting jobs. And then owners, this is handling all the routes for the owner accounts, signing up, logging in, and giving the user or directing the user to their show page, or the owner to their show page. Now, owners are what are called companies in this case. And then users are essentially the job seekers, the users that are looking for jobs, and these controller handles all the routes for them. All right, and we've got our models here. Like I said, there's 3 different models of jobs, the owners and the users. And these models are pretty simple. And then the view pages. We've got view pages for jobs, owners, and users. And then we've got one index page, which basically is our login page, showing you the option to log in as a applicant or a company. And that's pretty much it. The database, again, is a SQLite database. You can see the migrations here. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Pretty simple app. it was a good experience coding it, reinforced a lot of things I learned in Sinatra, and gave me sort of a good practice on using these skills, and I've enjoyed working on it. So that's basically the idea here, and really enjoyed the experience. So thanks for taking the time to watch my video and the walkthrough of this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks.